Morning, evening, everyone. That was off to a poor start. Oh well. Welcome to the Package Group Weekly Sync for the 13th of April 2020. Just kicking off here. I like that. Good everything. I should try and practice that one, Nico. Thanks. Yeah, first thing is me. We have an Epoch of Ethics that Tim spent a good amount of time putting together. This is a follow-on from last week. I added it again because I wanted to make sure people were trying to make some time to actually go through these epics and take a look at everything. I think the container registry, I think, Joao, do you want to verbalize your comment?
Mm-hmm. I had a look at those issues, and the majority of them are only require well changes. The biggest exception is the work on online garbage collection and metadata database, which is active at the moment. So I don't think we need to do something about that right now, that we're not doing already. And the remaining ones, so the minority, are changes that depend on the container registry having a metadata database. So for those, it's difficult to do any planning or implementation validation ahead of time because it's still far. However, I think we can go through the list of all issues and assign the right label to them, considering if they require only Ruby or Go changes as well, and the ones that depend on the metadata database as blocked by the GC Epic. That should help.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, that's totally fair, Joao. Just sort of a first pass, seeing if anything seems to be missing. You know, if you feel like you can weight some of the issues like they're well defined, that'd be cool too. But I think it's mostly to say, well, does this look like a plan that we can execute on over a long period? Because the more detailed we try to get, the harder it is, right? Because it's pretty far in the future. So I'm not trying to put it on everyone that they have to be perfect or whatever, because it's just not realistic. So thanks for doing that. Okay. Seems like our peeps who usually work on package registries are not attending today, so we'll have to follow up on that one again. Does anyone does anyone have any other comments before we move on?
I would just say, in addition to evaluating if something's missing, so Joao, if you saw something like, well, the container registry can't be complete unless we add this feature, I would say just add that note as well, and then we could add issues for that stuff.
Good call out, Tim. Thank you. Okay, looks like I have the next one. Michelle called out that there's a training on feature flag usage. Might be worth a read and giving feedback if you have any. I've linked the issue there. Given that we've had a little bit of where feature flags have worked or not, it's probably worth taking a look at. And then I have the next one as well. There's a new feature coming to report the health of an issue that someone's working on. I think our async updates work well, but could be a cool addition. It's effectively saying at risk or not on an issue that you're working on. I think this could be helpful. I just want to make sure that we're not doubling up effort. So if we could use this, it'd be really cool. Joao, do you want to verbalize that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's easier to spot the status of an issue by looking at the sidebar or just the title instead of scrolling through the comments. I just wish we had something similar for the completion percentage. Looks like that is already an open issue both for issues and epics, which I linked in the document. They are both open and I believe being worked on. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Nico?
Yeah, so I gave it a quick look. It seems less powerful, the amount of details that you can put with that. compared to what we do in our async updates. But the question is, to whoever consumes the async updates, is the text important or just the percentages and the MR links are the important part?
I mean, for me, I don't want to speak for Tim because I think we could all speak to this because we all kind of consume that information, right? Like, so if you're interested in something that's getting done, what are you looking for? At some level, yeah, the links to the MRs and everything is quite helpful, particularly when there's multiples of them. But I do find the text quite helpful because it helps me understand without having to check with someone, oh, I'm waiting on this or this thing happened. It's a little more detailed than trying to go look at an MR and figure out when the last commit was, what that commit was, whether there's a review in progress in that way. So generally the links to the MR for me work well. Tim, did you have thoughts you want to share?
No, I agree. It's helpful for me as well.
I wonder if if we are exposing an API with this, and maybe Telltale could update those labels as well. I'll check it.
Maybe Telltale needs an update. Yeah. Gee. Does someone want to read for Steve? I feel like I've just been talking the whole time.
I can read through him. So Steve says, is everyone okay with updating the functional board to the next milestone before the current milestone ends in order to use it for planning? Or would it be better to create a separate board so we still can access both while there is an overlap? Nico, do you want to verbalize that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, updating works. I don't know about the rest.
Yeah. I mean, Steve asked me the question. I'm like, why don't you put it in the sync to see what other people think, not just ask me, because like I created that functional board so that we could have a look at what was the functional breakdown, and really it was more intended for planning, but I wasn't sure if people were using that day to day, and it was really helpful throughout the milestone to have that clear functional breakdown of what was in the milestone. So I don't really mind what people feel like they'd like to use, but probably worth adding thoughts there. Not sure how we collect that for the people who aren't attending though. So maybe we just need to follow up on that one. Anyone else want to add thoughts to that? Yep. Back to Dan. All right. Guidance on tags being used in the GitLab CI has been updated. Please review the configuration is in the handbook. There's context in the Slack thread that I linked. And then Joel.
I've created an issue for the container registry related to this so that we can review the configurations. I can see that it's already listed on the main issue, which is being used to track all changes in all projects under gitlab.org. So that's it.
Cool, thanks. Tim?
Yeah, Sid was just asking in the CEO channel if we can use Dragonfly for the container registry storage. It's what Alibaba uses. And apparently they're able to save money on data transfers and things like this. So I opened an issue for the investigation, and I was thinking just letting Sid know in the channel where he asked that we'll take a look. But yeah, I thought I'd bring it up here.
Is this something, I don't know that I've looked at this, is something that's kind of very common that a lot of other orgs or other teams are using, or is this just something kind of bleeding edge? Or
it sounds like, at least from what I read, because I'm not super familiar with the technology, but it sounds like it's what Alibaba's using and for their container registry, and it's about the same size as us. And I guess that they found some efficiency gains in using this service.
cool. I'll
and
take a look at it. I didn't see if anything like stands out to me, and certainly can add any thoughts if I have them.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I linked the issue there for follow up.
Cool.
Cool. Well, I think that's it. That's all we have on the agenda, at least. That being the case, I'll stop recording, and people can hang out if they'd like and have a bit of a chat. But otherwise, thank you very much, everyone, for following along at home. I hope people are staying healthy and safe. And thanks very much for watching along. So bye.